All right, get us started.
Yeah, it's another political show, and we're going to be we're going to be discussing the disturbing events in Rivers State. A couple
I
of
think you meant you're going to be disturbing weekend.
a couple of oil installations and pipelines have been blown up. Possibly, we don't know if it's the irate Ijaw people that did it, but the president has declared a state of emergency in Rivers State, and he has suspended the governor for 6 months. And
And
to
the
discuss
Senate,
that is
what you House of Assembly.
Saeed, Mustafa, Kole, and Warif. You guys are welcome to the show. So,
Okay,
early
so let
thoughts.
me ask you. Thank you. So, let us know. So, what does this mean now that he's suspended? We'll talk about the legality, but now that he's suspended the governor, does that mean that the governor right now has no powers?
Oh yeah, he's been stripped of any immunity.
Show.
He doesn't have any power at all. No executive order. No.
And what? Wike has the power to do that.
No. He's the president.
No,
the president did it.
He
okay.
doesn't.
Okay, what are your thoughts about this?
Such power to do.
What are your thoughts, Kule? We'll talk to Kule first since he's a legal expert.
Yeah.
Well, like I said before, there's no point being a legal expert when people are just breaking the law willy-nilly and doing whatever comes to mind and their whims and caprices. And where there is no law, where there is no justice.
Kule, did you say Capri Sun today? You're drinking Capri Sun. I'm just joking.
Yeah. Where there's no justice, there's no peace, and bad governance, abuse of powers. You keep doing it, you keep doing it, and you end up with what's going on now in Rivers. I'm surprised it's even taken this long.
Nigeria is
2 years out of this control, and it could spiral into something else more national, because that's the main basis of Nigeria's wealth.
It could lead to sectarian violence, and those young boys will become very violent. Almost like not a civil war, but it will be just as bad.
It could lead to anything. It could lead to anything because that's where most of the money comes from in Nigeria, is from Rivers. That's where all our oil is, or like 60% of our oil.
Maybe Donald Trump will arm them. They don't have arms. They don't have enough arms to.
This is how civil wars start.
Yeah.
They'll need funding from a Western country, like how the
they'll be funding. This is
Russia.
This is like fantastic for them because any kind of instability and violence in an African country that has materials that the West wants, the West will rejoice at this. Someone will arm. Someone will arm.
Someone
else will arm Tinubu and make sure that the war lasts as long as possible and it's as draining as possible.
All these explosions and people dying in helicopters and stuff. This sounds like sabotage to me. What do you think, Mr. Warif? Yeah, some people died in a helicopter like 6 months ago or 4 months ago. What do you think, Mr. Warif? Is this sabotage or what? They're trying to.
The whole thing of declaring a state of emergency in Rivers State. For me personally, I've been asking so many questions. Number one, human life. Well, we don't pray for us to let it get to the extent of having human life. In the far north, where they kill both military guys, civilians, you've not declared state of emergency. And number two, oil affects them more. That's why they are declaring.
Can you see Mr. Warif? Is his screen on?
Yeah. The screen is on.
Okay.
How's my audio?
It's not. It's kind of breaking a little bit. Yeah. But go ahead. Don't worry.
Let me change my position. Okay. I said, like, for example, in the far.
Let's get back there. We have to.
It's not talking, but probably you should reconnect.
Yeah,
this is our issue.
Let's go to Safari.
Killing civilians.
Yeah. Basically, what I feel is what they're doing is that they're fanning the flames of what could lead to an uncontrollable crisis in Rivers State. Rivers State is the cash cow of Nigeria. And the Ijaw people are irate and annoyed. They are bombing oil installations. And that has led to the declaration of the state of emergency.
Please put Mr. Warif on mute, please.
Okay. Yeah. I've done that. It's off.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so where in all of what Tinubu said yesterday when he declared the state of emergency, everything smacks a sense of partisanship, supporting Wike against Fubara. And it's obvious that he's taking sides with Wike. And it's so sad that the president can be doing that.
Yeah, it
Really.
seems like Wike wants two positions. He wants to be governor of, or he wants to be president of River State, basically, and also have his federal job too. It seems like he wants to control everything. That's what I think. What do you think of Falabi? Yeah.
Yeah, basically because Fubara won the election from the influence, the whims and caprices of Wike, and now that
Yeah.
he became governor, he has refused to
Yeah,
shut
and that's
up.
what he's angry about.
Yeah,
He's
that's
a
what they're angry
narcissist.
about because even Wike himself has presidential ambitions, but
Yeah.
he wants to continue to feed off the feeding bottle of River State so he
Yeah,
can
but I
have
think it's more than that. He wants power. You already
yeah,
have money, and this guy is a
he needs financial resources to
psychopath.
fund his presidential ambition. And that's
Oh
why
yeah.
he needs to
He's like
continue, to feed off the resources of River State.
But I feel like, won't you agree with me that when it comes time for him to run for president, they will stab him in the back too, the powers that be. He thinks it's going to be that easy for him.
Oh, sure.
We'll
Oh,
see.
sure. He doesn't know who Tinubu is. Absolutely. You're right about that.
Yeah.
They will stab him
Yeah.
in the
So
back. The same
what
way
do
he
you think?
treated some other people.
What do you think, Saeed? Yeah.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
from
That'll be
what
very
is
good one.
going on now,
The Northerners.
it's high time I would like to continue from where Mr. Kunle stopped by saying that all this is illegality because we've been taking some of all this illegality they have been giving us. That's what has brought us to where we are now. Because
One step at a
first
time.
of all, in
If you give them an inch. Yeah.
constitutional wise, there is no way a president can suspend a sitting governor, an elected governor, no matter how we feel about whether he rigged himself in or Wike helped him rig. That is by the side. But right now he is the governor. The president does not have that power to suspend a governor because of what? Okay. The only reason why he can even declare state of emergency, going by the section 305 that he is, nothing such has happened in River State already. There is no war going on. There is no invasion going on. There is no street chaos or something that we can say that it is way beyond the governor to just one or two bombings. That
But
we
also,
don't
I think remember also last week. I think when Wike was
bombed it or not.
also remember
And he declared a state of emergency. So the whole
remember
thing
when Wike wanted to
the whole
go
thing
and
is
the boys
just
wouldn't allow him.
political and godfatherism.
Yeah, but I think he's also that he can say the place is unstable that they wouldn't even allow Wike to come to do his Thanksgiving. Did he actually come? You know, the boys. There was a lot of
he ended up coming. He ended up coming and was given a hero's welcome.
You went.
Yeah, so he doesn't have it. I don't know. That place is not ungovernable. It's not ungovernable yet. So, what are your thoughts, Mr. Warif? Yeah. He's still
You see, the whole thing is that the Tinubu-led government are just being biased. Am I still breaking?
A little bit, yeah, man. This is becoming something that we keep talking. Let's see what happens. But man, we have to work on this thing because it's happening a lot now. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
He's off. Maybe Kule can give us some legal perspective.
Yeah, I mean, this is becoming an everyday occasion now. Okay, go ahead, Kule, please. Thank you.
Well, I mean, like I said before, we've left the world of the legal domain and we've stepped into the world of the farcical. And it overlaps with the other crisis in Nigeria, where the president is trying to, the state is trying to weaponize dissent, trying to turn any form of dissent into what you call it, treason, punishable by death for anybody who tries to dissent or throw any criticism at the government. That's another story, but it's closely linked. It's closely linked to this crisis in River State. It's sort of like when you keep shaking a bottle that's full of carbonated water and the pressure keeps building. And what's happening in River State is that it's popping. The pressure is popping. And when it pops, it goes out of control. And suddenly you have a situation you can't control. So much bad governance has been going on in Nigeria for a while. We have a terrible, terrible president, and his cronies have just been like parasites all over our government, and it's simply gotten out of control. And people have to be careful. I mean, we want to stop it, but at the same time, we don't want to destroy Nigeria in the process of stopping it. I don't even know what's going to happen now.
Now, here's how it will destroy Nigeria.
Or how out of control it's going to be. The government hurt them in their pocket.
Kool-Aid, if we don't stop it, you will still destroy Nigeria because crime will raise up. People will start taking guns and robbing people and killing people. Either way, the country will be destroyed.
Nigeria's already more.
No. The breaking point is already here.
So we're not benefiting from it.
I have friends who get. I had a friend who was kidnapped. I had a friend from England who went to Nigeria, and he was kidnapped for 3 months, and he didn't even see where he was. They put blinder on him. This is what's going to happen to Nigeria. The Fulanis are taking over everywhere. Kool-Aid, Nigeria will fall apart either way.
Yes,
it's going to fall apart.
Even Dangote, we are the 8th largest producer of crude in the world. And Dangote is importing crude to refine for Nigerians' use. Whilst the rest of our crude has already been more up by
Mr. Amos, how is my audio now?
It sounds better. Let's go to Mr. Warif. Yeah, Kool-Aid, you're breaking.
Okay.
Go ahead.
How is my audio now?
It sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. Like what I was saying, I said because what's it called? The crude oil, that's what they are more interested in than human being. For blowing the pipeline, they have to take they have to take an action fast to declare state of emergency. But northern state that they be killing humans, civilians, military, they've not declared state of emergency. And now again, I heard is it the chief judge or whatever of the Nigerian Federation Republic of Nigeria was saying that when they blew the 2 pipeline yesterday, that the governor did not say anything. Which evidence do you have that is the job boys that went to blow it?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly my point.
Because
they don't have any evidence that all that
evidence.
They don't have evidence. That could be sabotage to make it look like he has no control. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So and again they are saying that it's unconstitutional for for the president to remove the governor.
Yes,
completely. Since a sitting governor cannot remove a local government chairman, the same thing, an elected president cannot remove an elected governor. So the whole thing, they are just being selfish. And I'll say Tinubu caused this because from the onset, he has been one-sided. If he had called Wiki and called Sim, be neutral, they wouldn't have gotten to this level. But he was just being, it's political. They know the kind of game they are playing.
Hold on. When Tinubu was running for president, when he was running for president in the U.S., they said Nigerians go out and make sure you vote. The U.S. wanted Tinubu to win because they know this is the outcome. They're the ones behind this with the money and everything. What do you think, Afolabi?
I agree with you.
The State Department in the U.S. said Nigerians go out and vote. Go out and make a difference. Why is America telling Nigerians to go out and vote? Do you see what I'm saying? What do they have invested in it?
This has the West written all over it. And it's so sad because everything is scripted.
I said everything is take care of ourselves.
You don't have to talk.
Everything is scripted from the beginning. They knew this was going to happen. They knew Fubara would reach a level where the judge would give him support. And they knew that things like this were going to happen. So Tinubu had already decided that he was going to declare a state of emergency and throw Fubara away. Why throw the governor away after declaring a state of emergency? It doesn't make any sense. It means you're culpable just as well as Wike is. You're supporting Wike. And it's so sad because at the end of the day, they say when 2 elephants are fighting, it's the grass that suffers. The people of River State that deserve governance are not even being well governed. They're suffering all of this. They're not even the slightest enjoyed the dividends of having a new governor. And it's so sad.
See, Mr. Folabi, if you're in Port Harcourt and you go to the street and interview people, you see that out of 100, 95% will tell you that the governor is doing well and they have the full backup of the governor, but they just want to push him out because he's exposing them. He's exposing them and he's not dancing to the tune of the FCT minister. But I was watching on a national program today. They were saying that the FCT minister has no hand in it. Then why is he coming out to make a press conference or a press interview, granting
He
interview
still
to
wants
journalists?
to be collecting salary from River State, even after becoming the minister of the FCT.
It does not
He's
work that way.
expecting some stipend from River State,
And
from the oil money of River State.
You know the funniest thing, the governor has been obeying the Supreme Court. They said, okay, represent your budget. Last week Wednesday, he went to represent the budget. They locked him out.
They
He
locked
wrote
him out,
to
yeah.
that he's coming this Wednesday today to represent it. And they've seen that the governor is beating them to their game and they cannot impeach him. That was, to me, that was why they have to declare state of emergency to kick him out.
And your president couldn't say anything about Wike. Two warring factions. All he did was support Fubara. Support Wike against Fubara.
Fubara is the bad guy. Wike is the good guy. Fubara is going against constitutional law. The Wike is keeping to constitutional law, and the lawmakers are keeping. So they are just too biased. That's just it.
Yeah. All right. So let's go around. What are your thoughts, Kunle? Yeah. It's Kunle there.
Like Mr. has gone off.
Okay. Let's go to Saeed. Yeah. Is Saeed there?
Yeah.
I don't know why they keep the thing logging me out. Anyway, from what Mr. Warif has said, I want to continue from there. Like, what has he done exactly for then Tinubu declare state of emergency? What Supreme Court said he should do, he's doing it. He's abiding by the Supreme Court judgment that he should represent the budget to the lawmaker. He is already doing that. From what Tinubu said in his nationwide address, that saying that state of emergency, that the governor is not trying to settle, the governor is not doing enough to curtail what is going on. What exactly is going on in River State? Was there anything going on in that prompted? Yes, they can't even impeach him. And on the ground that he's still in court, that they defect from PDP to APC, which we already know. Supreme Court already made a judgment about it, that any member that deflected from PDP or from opposition party to another party, he's bound to lose his seat. So we already know. I think that is something they don't want that to happen. They don't want that case to Supreme Court too.
Yeah, this thing is a big mess. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Afolabi? Yeah. Let's go to Kule, and then we'll go to Afolabi. Sorry, Afolabi. Sorry.
Yeah. So like I was saying, with all this, everything that seems to be good seems to cause a problem for government. Even this, and anybody that has any problem, for example, with Dangote, all you can say is if the refineries were working, Dangote wouldn't be in a position he is to cause a problem. Now we have Fubara, who's now doing good in River State, and that good is causing a problem for the government. Anything that seems to be done that helps the people seems to run contrary to what this government wants to do. And anybody that opposes, anybody that shows any kind of dissent in this claim that is so-called democracy faces severe retribution. There's been a general fear, and that fear, having been suppressed for so long, is now they've released that cap. People have decided, you know what, to hell with the fear. And because the National Assembly doesn't have the courage to do what it's supposed to do and impeach this president for doing what he's doing, because what he's doing is ultra virus, what any president can do. You can't remove an elected governor from office. You can't do that. So we're not running a democracy, we're running a fiefdom. And the quicker people realize that, and the quicker people do the right thing and rise against it, our democracy has been destroyed already. So anything that anybody does is bad.
Nigerians will say that Donald Trump is right-wing, but Nigeria is more fascist and right-wing than America is right now, which is sad. There's more democracy in America than there is in Nigeria. Well, Nigeria is like you said, it's a crony capitalist. I don't even know where the power is coming from, but wherever it's coming from.
At the moment,
I wouldn't even call it a Nazi-fied regime, because Nazis have some kind of discipline. There's no discipline. It's just vagabondness. There's no organization. Even Nazis are organized. This isn't even that.
It's not even gangsterism, because even in gangsterism, there's order and rules. This is the worst I've ever seen before. It's really bad.
It's like a cult. It's like a cult.
It's a terrorist state. It's terrorism because they're using death. And for example, that lady, the lady at NYSC, she said something bad about the president and they say she should be killed.
Yeah, and they're talking about having her executed. I mean, it's a cult. This isn't a government. This is a cult. What kind of
It's a cult. It has turned to cult now. It is a cult thing now. Even that exactly. I think why Tinubu is making these moves is because we did not resist what they did to Natasha, because this is something similar to what happened to Natasha. Because what they did to Natasha, it is unconstitutional. You cannot suspend a sitting and elected senator. Why would a senator want to suspend another senator? Both of them are senators.
He was in charge of
all of them are senators.
He was in charge.
So it's because they see that we just talk online, we did no actions, we did not back it up. That is why he has that guts to do what he's doing now. You get me? Because assuming they see that a lot of pushbacks happened during that Natasha issue, he wouldn't have even dared to go this length. He would know that people will revolt. But there is no revolting for any citizen now. We can just talk online and
they always say that Nigerians are intelligent. I don't think so, because the biggest country in the world, and they allowed our country to end up. The citizens allowed this too, every step of the way. We are a narcissistic country. We're like crabs in a bucket. Nigerians don't like to see other Nigerians do well. We all stab each other in the back. This is why our country is like this now.
Before I come on, I spoke to a friend of mine who happened to be one of APC supporters. The only excuse he was giving that Shebi is wicked that made him to become governor. So what they are now saying that he should be loyal to Wike to the core. That if I happen to be the person that invests so much,
Wike is the godfather.
You can imagine. I'm telling you, this is a mature person, like a very grown person.
He's a fool. He's a fool. He's defending his oppressor. He's a fool.
I think I know who Saeed is talking about too. This is crazy, man. But then
no, he's not another person entirely.
Oh, okay.
It's another person entirely. Because of political loyalty now, you now turn the whole River State to.
Okay, but you guys remember that Igbo guy that they put him in the trunk of the car because they said he wasn't. It was like 10 or 15 years ago, a leader in Imo State or somewhere, and they said you're not representing the people who gave you money, so they kidnapped him. Remember that? That was the sign of things to come. Do you remember that, Afolabi?
Yeah, I do. I
think it was the governor or somebody. They put him in the trunk. They kidnapped him.
The impunity continues. And I don't expect the House of Assembly to say anything different but endorse the decision of the president, because the House of Assembly has...
They already gave a statement.
Yeah. The ruling party is the majority. The ruling party is the majority. The senators are puppets to Tinubu. So I don't expect them to say something different. And it's looking like...
I don't think the National Assembly is going to pass it. I see some makers that are talking now. I don't think they are going to pass it.
So, but where's the democracy? Where's the separation of powers? Where's the judiciary? Where's the executive? Where's the legislative? There's no separation of powers. This is not a democracy.
It's a farce.
All right, I follow.
Of course, we know we are not in a democracy. It is what we've been talking all this while now. Where is the democracy? As in, where is the rule of law that we are following? The constitution we are practicing now. It is passed to us by the military, 1999 constitution. As in, since then,
somebody said Akpabio is the judiciary. He said Tinubu is the legislative, and the executive is Wike.
The Supreme Court passed a death sentence
No,
on someone for defending himself against a Fulani who attacked him with a knife, and he killed the guy, and the guy is now facing death sentence.
Can you imagine?
It's a farce. The entire system is a farce from the top down. It's rotten.
It's a farce.
Once again, like Saeed said, the only solution is for the people to rise up. The only solution is for people to rise up in one way or another. Don't you think so, Saeed? That's what you said, right?
That's the only solution is revolution. At this point, the only solution to this problem is revolution. No other.
Yeah, that's it.
No other.
6 months ago, we weren't saying that.
Only solution. That's the only thing that can be done.
Yeah, because 6 months ago, I might disagree with you, Kool-Aid, but I mean, even now you agree because 6 months ago you were still on the fence. But I think now everybody can see that's what's needed, man. Yeah. I'm not saying that because
the judiciary has been conquered. If you don't allow people to dissent in a civilized manner, you know, that's what Snoop Doggy Dogg said. What did he say? We can handle this like gentlemen, or we can get into some gangster shit. And that's exactly what's going on in Rivers. That's what's going on.
It reminds me of a movie I watched, and some people went to another guy's corner to sell drugs. So the guy came. He said, "I'm going to handle this like a gentleman. Today I won't fight you. I'm coming back next week if you are here next week." And then the next week they came back because they said he's weak. The next week he came back. It's The Wire. Remember that TV show The Wire? He came back the next week. That's what's going to happen. Man. Seriously.
Yeah. You know, Jonathan allowed dissent, so people were able to let off steam. You're not allowing dissent. You're threatening people with dissent. You now build up this fear. And as soon as one person gets courage, 2 people get courage, 20 people get courage, 200 people get courage, 20,000 people get courage, and suddenly it's right up your jacksie and you've got no solution. That's what's going on.
That's going to happen.
Yes.
All right, so
yesterday, I made a short video. Calling Tinubu a terrible president. I think because that is what is trending on Twitter onto the NYC lady that was.
So I made obligation as a Nigerian.
I made my own video calling him a terrible president. My friends, my close friends, my family. I mean, the kind of messages I'm getting, like if police come, I'm like, so are you saying that?
Military regime.
Hey, I mean, people are now scared of speaking out. That's
if we all do it, we can't all be arrested. We can't all be arrested.
They have too many people to go and look for.
Exactly, we can't all be arrested. I think what is it? I think why are they scaring everybody with I will arrest you, DSS will come? You know, like what have I even said? I've not even said anything.
Man, it's terrible. Take us out of 5 because we have a Formula 1 show in 30 minutes, man. I don't know if you can make it, Kool-Aid. If you can, Johnny's going to be there anyway. Yeah.
I'll try.
Yeah, we'll send the link if you can make it. Okay. Take us out of 5. Thank you, guys.
Okay, it's been another wonderful political show. We have been discussing the declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State and all the chaos between Wike and Fubara from Saeed, from Warif, Mustafa, and Kule. It's bye for now. See you next time.
Yeah, and lastly, Nigerians should not allow this injustice. Nigerians should not allow what Tinubu is trying to do now. It's because we've been allowing what they are doing. That is why they keep doing what they are doing. If we don't stop them, they will stop.
And you hurt them in the pocket. You hurt the enemy by hurting where it hurts most is their pocket. That's why our pipeline has been destroyed.
Yeah.
That's why they're sucking on. That's the parasites. You drain the parasite source of food, and that'll hurt them. You don't need to do anything more than that.
Yeah.